The Sixers and the Nets in the Eastern Conference standings. How about the Celtics? They're surging in that 4 spot. They've won 4 in a row. Remember, there is a play-in tournament this season for those final 2 playoff spots currently. That would include the following: the Hornets, the Raptors, the Bulls, the Pacers, all separated by just 1 game. Lots to talk about and assess as Chiney Ogwumike joins us now as we're approaching the break. So the Sixers and the Nets, we see them there, top 2 teams in the East. This whole thing is so fascinating, but I know there's another underlying battle between those 2 teams other than that all-important number 1 seed. So what is it?
Happy All-Star break, Hannah. You know, that underlying battle is the battle for MVP, especially coming out of the East with both Joel Embiid and James Harden really making some pushes right now. Let's start with JoJo, though. Joel Embiid has the Philadelphia 76ers at the top of the Eastern Conference standings, and he's doing it in a dominant fashion, averaging a 30-point double-double. Very similar scenario MVP-wise to one that earned Giannis that award. This is a true center that can bully you on the block, but also can knock it down from 3, shooting 42% from 3 this year, which is remarkable. And right on his heels in the standings at number 2 is James Harden. A lot of hoopla about James Harden when he switched teams, but in the midst of all that change, he's been playing impeccable basketball. I mean, speaking of 30-point outputs, I mean, as a guard, he can get you a 30-point triple-double with 0 turnovers. A team that has had multiple identities this season without Kevin Durant, without Kyrie Irving at times, and he has not missed a beat. So James Harden and Joel Embiid have consistently showed up, showed out for their teams, and that is why they're getting some real love, you know, this MVP season.
Look, if you had the Jazz first and the Suns second in the West at the All-Star break, probably time to go buy some lottery tickets. Then come the Lakers, Clippers not far behind, followed by the Blazers and the Nuggets. The play-in tournament featuring seeds 7 through 10 would be a fun one with the Spurs, Mavericks, Warriors, and Grizzlies. Let's bring Chiney back in. Chiney, the Jazz have been the surprise of the league at the top of the Western standings. What else sticks out to you as we enter the All-Star break?
You're so right, Jay. Who would have thunk it? I'm really impressed with the young teams like the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns that are making strides this year. But I am really watching how the LA teams, the Los Angeles teams, are playing the long game this season, which has been pretty much 2 seasons wrapped into one with just 71 days in between. LeBron James and the Lakers, they have faltered trying to stay atop of the standings without Anthony Davis losing 6 of their last 8 games. Meanwhile, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, they've had a similar downward run, you know, losing 6 of their last 9 games, which just highlights this greater idea that maybe this year, especially for the defending champs, the Lakers, maybe this year being the top seed overall isn't the most important thing. The answer for them is being the healthiest team overall. But how far are they willing really to slide? That could really mean some trouble down the line for them, though.
You love the Utah Jazz, so let's start there with Defensive Player of the Year.
Let's go. My first half awards. Hey, NBA, give me a vote, okay? But you're right, Hannah. When you are the best team, you get major love. Let's start with Defensive Player of the Year. And the winner is Rudy Gobert. While I love that Ben Simmons leads in so many hustle stats this year, I see Rudy Gobert winning it again here because he's number 2 in both rebounds and also number 2 in blocks per game. He is spearheading a team that for most of the year had top 2 defensive rating. Rudy Gobert with his 3rd DPOY. Crazy. Now, 6th Man of the Year award goes to Jordan Clarkson, baby. Jordan Clarkson, go JC. This one is kind of a layup. 18 points a game for the 28-year-old vet that just seems so confident in his game. One of 6 players in double figures for the Jazz. A big reason why they've taken a step forward offensively for this team. And I can't wait for his outfit when he wins that award in a few months. And now for Coach of the Year, Quinn Snyder. He is fiercely competitive, and it has rubbed up on his team. One of the most balanced teams in the NBA with Donovan Mitchell as an offensive captain and Rudy Gobert as a defensive captain. Congrats, Utah. Congrats, Coach Quinn Snyder, who will be coaching for Team LeBron James in the All-Star game. Best record in the NBA. To the victor belongs the spoils.
And I love Clarkson. I think that is an absolute no-brainer. I've heard him compared to Manu Ginobili and his role on those great teams. I think that's a really good comparison. So, all right, Utah Jazz doing well. Let's hand out some more awards. So who do you think is the most improved player so far?
The Most Improved Player Award goes to Jeremy Grant of the Detroit Pistons. Now, I know Woj just broke some news about this team, but an underlying story has been how great Jeremy Grant has been this year, going from 12 points a game to now 24 points a game this year. He wanted to be in Detroit. He opted for a bigger role and has accomplished just that. Well done, Jeremy Grant, and I look forward to seeing how he keeps that energy consistent for years to come. And now, Player of the Year. The last 2 weeks have been game changer for me because I think LeBron James, he can reclaim this after the break, but right now, the way it's set up, it's Joel Embiid for me. All that we've asked from Joel Embiid is health and consistency, and he has delivered the best record in the East, averaging 30 points and 11 rebounds, taking criticism and making it more so constructive. Now he's dominating everyone. Joel Embiid might turn the process into a Player of the Year MVP award.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.